president despises the mail-in voting, and let me give you a fair assessment of it. There's two types of mail-in votes. All right, there's the absentee ballot. Now, what's that? If you cannot get to the polling place, if you are traveling, if you are ill, if there is some cataclysmic thing that you have to deal with, you request an absentee ballot. And it's sent to you, you fill it out, and you send it back. Nothing wrong with that. That has been in play forever. Mail-in voting is different. That's when the states say, you have an option. You can go to the polling place in person, or we'll send you a ballot, and you don't have to have a valid reason, just ask for it. And in some cases, like Nevada, we're sending ballots to everybody. Everybody. Now, once the ballot gets to a person, many things can happen to it, right? If you go to the polling place, nothing can happen. You go in, you pull the lever, it's automatically tabulated, you go home. It's almost impossible to commit fraud. Mail-in ballot, there are people who can't speak English, don't know what the ballot is, can't fill it out, and believe me, there will be people around to help them fill out that ballot. There'll be people with dementia. There'll be people who are dead. But the ballot arrives at a certain address, and it will be filled out by someone else. That will happen. That has happened many, many times in the past. You cannot regulate mail-in ballots. You can't. So what about around the world? What about around the world? Mail-in voting, okay? So we went to the Crime Prevention Research Center because voting fraud is a crime. Here's what they came back with. Japan limited mail-in voting. You have to get a special certificate verifying why you can't go to the poll. So somebody comes and interviews you. All right? Poland, same thing. Japan and Poland can't just mail in vote. France banned mail in voting in 1975 because of massive fraud. Okay? And it's still, they made an exception this year because of COVID, but it's still banned. Brazil and Russia completely banned mail in voting. In Russia, it's because Putin wants to know who's voting against him. So as soon as you vote at Moscow or St. Petersburg or Vladivostok, the Russian guys look at it and say, hey, he voted against Putin, and your name goes on a list. That's the way Putin runs his operation over there. Okay, Mexico, no mail-in voting, okay, unless you live abroad. Mexico don't want to hear it. And not only that, when you go to the Mexico poll, you got to have an ID, or they won't let you vote. 63% of the 27 countries in the European Union ban mail-in voting. Again, that comes from the Crime Prevention Research Center. So Trump's right. The potential for fraud and corruption is, we've already seen Broward County, Florida. We've already gone through Gore Bush. So, he's sitting there going, And Democrats in the big cities are expert at this. Expert at it.